That escalated quickly, Ocho. Daniel Jones has officially been waived by the Giants. All it took was 10 games for the Indianapolis Colts to bench Anthony Richardson in favor of 39-year-old Joe Flacco. Kevin Stefanski told reporters Monday that he won't be benching Deshaun Watson in favor of Jameis Winston. Dak Prescott is planning to undergo season-ending surgery on a partially torn hamstring. Sunday was another rough outing for the Cleveland Browns offense, but there won't be any changes made to the quarterback position. Kevin Stefanski told reporters Monday that he won't be benching Deshaun Watson in favor of Jameis Winston following the 2016 loss to the Eagles. I think there were moments, obviously, that yesterday I think Deshaun gives us the best chance to win. You're not winning. Continues to give us the best chance to win, and we need to play really good offensive football at his position and really at every other position to be successful.
What you think? What you thinking, huh? What you thinking? Now let's think from a business standpoint. You understand how those owners are thinking, and you know Kevin Stefanski doesn't pull the strings on that puppet. If I'm paying somebody that kind of money, he's going to play, even if things aren't going well. I'm going to try to get my money's worth until I can't no more.
I'm paying the guy $45 million. I'm paying the other guy $5 to $7 million. It's like, it doesn't make sense. Why would I pay and put him on the bench making $45 million?
Yeah. So, why would they make a change? Why would they make a change? I mean, him saying Deshaun Watson gives us our best chance to win. Is he wrong or is he right? What you think? Do you think Jameis Winston gives the Cleveland Browns a better chance to win at the quarterback position?
How about this? He gives you your best chance to win, but you're not winning.
Okay.
So how good of a chance is it?
You think maybe it's the flashes of brilliance that you see? Just the flashes aren't as consistent as it used to be?
He says, I think Deshaun gives us the best chance to win. Continue to give us the best chance to win. We need to play really good offensive football at his position and really good football at every other position to be successful. No crap, Sherlock. Wow.
Yeah.
That is some great coaching. That is some motivational stuff right there. We need the quarterback to play good, and we need to play good at every other position.
Well, the quarterback has to play the best because he got the ball in his hands all the time. He has the ball in his hands every play. So his decision-making and everything he decides to do with the ball impacts and affects everyone else around him, especially offensively. Hell, even defensively. Because if you make mistakes, then they always on the goddamn field on the defensive side of the ball.
I agree.
Yeah.
He's not playing well, Ocho.
Yeah.
But you keep saying, Ocho, you say he gives you the...
Me, I didn't say. I'm just saying. I was asking your thoughts on what you think. Should they make a change?
Ocho, after 3 years.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's and I get it. When you invest that kind of money, a lot of times it's just like anything. It's just like with an investment. When you put a lot of money into an investment, Ocho, it's hard to get off.
Yeah.
It's hard to get off it, Ocho, because you want to see some kind of dividend.
Yeah.
You want to see some type of return on your investment.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to cut your losses.
I got a question for you.
That's the heart.
I got a question for you. So, fellas that's in the chat that you listen to me, now think about this on much smaller terms, but think about it. You're dating a woman. You've been dating her for 2 or 3 years, and you're thinking about all the money and everything you've invested in this individual. And you keep on trying, and things just don't seem to be working out and going the way you'd like it to go in the right direction. But you keep thinking about all the time you spent, all the money you spent and invested in this individual. Are you gonna shelf her? Are you gonna say, you know what, I don't want to do this no more?
You know why? Let me tell you why. Because you don't want her to be what you think she can be with somebody else when you've invested all that in her. See, that's why a lot of teams don't want to get off said player. Because what if he goes and be somewhere else what we thought he could be here? You done bought 5, 10, 15 YSL, Louis, Hermes, Gucci bags, Balenciaga. You done bought a whip. She won't do right. Damn. But what does she do right over there?
But think about this, Don. Think about this. What if you cut your losses Forget the bags and everything you bought because you can get that back, right? And then if she does leave and you get rid of that, think about it not being, that's an expense that is no longer on your tab. It's no longer on your plate. And that's okay.
I get it.
That's okay.
I get it. But a lot of people don't think like that because, like you said, you made a heavy investment. It's just like you buy a stock or you buy an investment property. If you don't want to get off it, Ocho, because you thought this was the run property. This was going to be your Netflix. This was going to be your Google. This was going to be your Apple, your Uber, whatever the case may be. That was going to be your time to hit a lick.
And that's the funny thing. When it comes to investing, that's something that we always need to learn and understand. Everything we invest in, we're not going to get a return on. Everything we invest in, we're not going to get a return on. So you have to know when to cut your losses. And it's okay. Because at some point, that loss for you becomes somebody else's responsibility. Because they ain't doing right by you 9 times out of 10, they ain't going to do right by the next motherfucker either. So if a certain individual, if a certain player looks a certain way, it ain't like all of a sudden they're going to go to another team and they're going to be Magic and all of a sudden turn around and be somebody else that they're not.
I get it, bro. I get it. At the end of the day, Ocho, look, we've all, I ain't say all, but I know I've had to cut losses.
Yeah, what?
It is what it is. Yeah, I cut a loss in a minute.
You don't play, huh?
Ocho, it is what it is.
Right.
You win some, you lose some. Hell, I can't win them all. Nobody. And I see guys in the chat, oh, you simping. Bro, you don't even know. Your woman probably bent over right now. While you over there bumping them. Everybody, nobody, Ocho, the thing is, no guy thinks it's going to happen to him or them.
If you don't, I don't have that, I don't have that kind of ego. I don't have that kind of ego. It can happen to anybody. No, it don't matter who he is. It can happen to anybody. Because the funny thing about it, based on experience, and I don't mean to be bringing up a past. But listen, we family. I can be honest. Because I was on the other side of the spectrum. So I know it can be done. Because I was number 2 for years. Stay with me now. I can talk to y'all because we family.
Yeah.
So I know it can happen. I know the lies. I know the tricks. I know all that. 56 years of experience. So I would never have ego and thinking, oh, hell, shit, I'm Ocho. It can't happen to me. Heck, a fucking fool I am not. I am not. The addition of Davante Adams, if it can happen at any point, the addition of him to that Jets team will help bolster that offense and giving Aaron Rodgers another threat, an adequate that he knows he can count on and can win every goddamn down. I just had to throw that out there before we continue. So I don't know the football gods, if you're listening, let's make that happen.
I thought Lazard, I thought he and Garrett Wilson are starting to get on the same page.
Yes, sir.
They're playing really, really well. Yeah. Obviously, Alan Lazard knows him. He played with him in Green Bay, so he knows. I mean, that throw down the middle for 24 yards, not a whole lot of receivers unless you play with the quarterback knows that he's going to back shoulder this thing to me, and I'm going to need to, it's going to be low and it's going to be on my backside, and I'm going to be able to have to go dig it out.
Right.
But that comes from experience. That comes from playing with a guy. But if Davante were to go there, I mean, hey, somebody's going to be the odd man out because obviously it's not like they're going to throw the ball 50 times a game. So the question is, how healthy is Davante? How soon he's going to be able to get on the field? I know he's been out for a couple of weeks.
I'm sure he's healthy. I don't think he hurt. He eat Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
I don't think he hurt. I'm talking about he gonna hit the ground running. You know.
Count former head coach, 6-time Super Bowl winning head coach Bill Belichick, among those who are confused with the Jets' decision to fire coach Robert Saleh after just 5 games. It is a little bit puzzling. It is what it is, and everybody has to move forward. It's an owner's prerogative to make that decision, and clearly that's what he decided to do. But there have been a lot of things that have been kind of confusing. It hasn't been a great situation for the Jets this year. You can kind of feel that it's been kind of a chill.
Know damn well that wasn't his goddamn call. Come on now. The Jets are 2-3. We all know. Listen, they both had a book. Robert Saleh had a book, and Aaron Rodgers had a book.
Neither one of them motherfuckers was on the same page. We know that. We can see the body language, the mannerisms. They run on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
When they did the press conference talking about the cadence, they run on the same page. A quarterback and
Mm-hmm.
head coach are always on the same page at
Mm-hmm.
all times. They did not get along. Aaron Rodgers needs to take accountability, which he has done for his play. The Jets are 2-3 right now. The goddamn Jets was 2-3 with Zach Wilson last year at the same time at the week 5 point. Yeah, hold on. Stay with me now. I know you want
What?
to jump on me by that, but I'm just saying. So hey, if based off that, you might as well have stuck with Zach. Aaron Rodgers has to play better. The defense is playing well. They're playing okay. I'm not saying they're playing lights out like they were last year, but it is early in the season. I'm sure they're going to get better as the season goes on. But we need a little bit more of the Aaron Rodgers of old. That's it. We need a little bit more. The mistakes,
Yeah.
the interceptions. You can't do it. You're killing your team. You're killing your team.
When has he
You know what? I don't
gotten along
know.
with any coaches?
I don't. Know what's funny when I think
When's the
about
last
it.
time he got
This is
along
the
with
first
coaches?
time I've seen him outside of Green Bay, and I'm not sure if him and Matt LaFleur didn't get along. I didn't know. Oh,
Oh, you really? When he went on there and told that when
right.
Matt LaFleur kicked the field goal on 4th down, and he said, "Oh, and the
Yes,
tirade,
yeah, I
what he
didn't
had
see
on the
that.
sideline, you
I
thought he
remember
got
that.
along
I
with Matt
remember that.
LaFleur?
But I
Oh, okay.
saw Salah try to hug him after throwing a touchdown and push him off and give him that look. And I'm like, you know what? Oh damn. Oh he don't like him. Oh he definitely don't like him. And I knew there was a lack of respect for his coach
But I
when he
thought,
skipped that goddamn mini camp.
oh, Joe, why are we making a big deal about that? All I know is the people
It's a big
told
deal
me
because if it's
that was
anybody
not a
else,
big deal.
your ass would have got cut. Your ass would have got cut. Hold on. Let me
Oh,
ask you a question.
fine.
What
And
happened if
you
Lamar
don't make
Jackson
it.
to
The
skip
problem is,
goddamn
oh,
mini camp?
go ahead.
Mandatory mini camp. Come
Mandatory.
on now. Stay with me. All right. Come on. Oh yeah. I'm just listening.
Come
I'm
on,
just
Joe.
throwing it
You
out there
know
for a
what
little
the
bit of
boy.
context. Just a little bit of context and understanding.
I don't need no context. I've been said it. Oh,
Man,
Shannon, you hate that man. You hate
man,
that man.
listen.
When I've been one of his staunchest defenders,
Yeah.
his ability to throw the football is unquestioned. I question some of the things that he does that are not conducive to winning and leadership. You cannot have that guy on a mandatory minicamp unless it is an absolute emergency. You go into Egypt, I mean, what are you, a dignitary? You trying to bring peace to the
Hold
Middle
on.
East?
What you say? Is he a
That's
what?
the
A
only reason
dignitary?
I will excuse that. If he a dignitary, yes. If he can bring peace to the Middle East, by
Right.
all means, go. Take as much time as you need. But mandatory means that is required. Voluntary means you volunteer. If you come if you want to. It's just like when you volunteer to do charity work. You volunteered. Now, if you do something, they will the criminal justice system will
Right.
demand you do community
Mm-hmm.
service. You see how they do that? He's required
Right.
to do 50 hours, 100 hours community service. Oh, Shannon volunteered at Goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon volunteered
Yeah.
at the homeless mission. You see the difference? But everybody made excuses. See, what y'all fit, this is what I was like, fans. Y'all make excuses. When O'Shea, I get it. Let me
Oh
take that
yeah.
back, Coach.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sorry. It's
Oh
the
yeah. That's a good
messenger.
one.
Y'all ain't got no,
Right.
it's the messenger that's giving you the message. Because had Coach Belichick, had anybody else said exactly what
Right.
I've been saying, nobody would have had a
Mm-hmm.
problem with it. But it's because O'Shea said it. And y'all don't like when Shea be right. And I don't want to pat myself on the back. But Mary Porter once told me, said, boy, you got two good hands. You don't need
Yeah.
nobody to pat you on the damn back. Pat yourself on the back. I've been trying to tell y'all for the longest. Y'all see what y'all want to do. Y'all try to see what a lot of times what they'll try to do, Ocho, is that they'll try to undercut you and try to make it about something else.
Yeah.
That's what they try to do. But y'all can't fool O'Shea because I've been in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a leader in locker rooms. Oh, well, Shannon, you ain't in that locker room. And then when it comes out, no. But when I said that, it wasn't no problem. It was a problem. Now, what's being said
Yeah.
everywhere?
And you know what?
Bro,
And
it's
always a
it's
head
just
coach always needs his quarterback not just as a leader, but to actually lead by example. He got to be the one
He
to
got
buy
to
in
buy
because if
in
the
because if he
quarterback
don't,
doesn't buy
nobody else
in,
will.
then everything else is fragmented. Everything else is fragmented. That's why the quarterback position is so important, and him doing all the right things because as he goes, everybody else goes.
But Tua says he won't wear a guardian cap. Dolphins running back
Yeah.
Devon Achan wore one against the Colts on Sunday in his return from a concussion. But Tua said he will not do the same. Tua said it's a personal choice when asked why he decided not to wear the extra protection. Tua was also asked about those who are concerned about him putting himself at risk of lasting problems due to brain injury. He said there's a gray area in terms of what doctors believe in terms of long-term impact of concussions, and playing football is what makes me happy, and I'm going to do it. I appreciate your concern. I really do. I love this game. I love it to death. I love it to the death of me.
Hey,
that's it.
Hey, Chad, let me help everybody.
Yep.
Hey, Chad, listen to me real quick. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to come off insensitive. I understand he's had concussions. You know what you sign up for when you play a game of this magnitude that is as violent as it is. The guardian cap. The fuck is the guardian cap gonna do? I mean no disrespect. The brain itself, Chad, y'all stay with me. The brain itself, it sits in a ball of fluid, right? No amount of extra padding externally, which is the guardian cap, can fully protect players from concussions, especially if they've already had them. Multiple concussions. The brain is already damaged from crashing against the skull over and over and over. And there is no amount of protection, including a guardian cap, that is going to protect the skull in general from the helmet, the helmet impact. Just the guardian cap. Because still, if you do get hit, again, even with the guardian cap on, the ball of fluid is going to hit the skull, and the same thing is going to happen. The same thing is going to happen. So this perceived notion that
I think
if you
that's
put
why
the guardian cap on, it's going to prevent concussions. No, the fuck it's not.
No, it's not going to prevent it. Just like you can wear your seatbelt and still die in a car crash. Just like the airbag. You can still die, but it does offer an extra layer of protection.
Right.
It's not the end all be all.
I understand what you mean, but these players are moving at such a fast rate of speed. Once you're jarred up there, even with that guardian cap, and that fluid and that brain hits the skull again, it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same thing. I don't think people at home. I know you watch football and you see it. I'm not sure how close you've been to the game. Them motherfuckers moving fast as hell, man. Yeah.
The research says the guardian caps have contributed to nearly 50% reduction in concussions. The cap can absorb at least 10% of the force of a hit, according to NFL research. That 10% of force makes a massive difference.
I ain't buying them numbers.
Let me ask you a thing. You think a seatbelt helps save lives?
Hey, that's why they tell you to buckle up.
Why? How? Oh, so you don't want that extra layer of protection you want the extra layer of protection in the car, but not in your hair yet.
Hey, you hear the numbers? You see how they threw the numbers out for the guardian cap, right? How to do the research?
You have to study. You have to do research,
using them. So where the research coming at? You have to do it on the players that are actually playing in the games and play a full 17-week season, huh?
And practice.
Oh, they ain't hit nobody in practice, man.
You know, everybody practices in them.
Hey, come on, don't do me like that, man.
Let me ask you a question. How much does the seatbelt reduce death? How much does the airbag?
It does. Like no bullshit. I'm not even gonna sit here and play like that.
After being acquired by the New York Jets from the Las Vegas Raiders earlier this week, Davante Adams is eyeing a long-term partnership with the new team. When asked if he'd like a multi-year relationship with the Jets, I hope so. That's the plan. I never go somewhere in hopes of having to find a new home. While Rodgers has been effective throwing the ball to Garrett Wilson, Allen Lazard over the last couple of games. The outside spots, which has been a huge problem. Rodgers and Mike Williams have not been on the same page in 2024. The Jets' offense have suffered. They average 304 yards per game, 18.8 points, but a little less than 19 points a game. Both ranked 22nd. Ocho, are you expecting?
Goddamn right, I'm expecting old magic because there's something you can't teach. There's something you can't teach that Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams have. That's almost 7 to 8 years worth of work. 76 something I think maybe 67 something TD, maybe 76 TDs, 8,000 yards together, 117 games together, and the chemistry that they have. I can look at you and I know where you're going to be at. I know everything you're going to do. Aaron Rodgers could be blindfolded, and whatever the route is, he can throw it to a spot and know Davante Adams is going to be there every time. He's familiar with the system that they're running. So all he's doing is just he's going to a new team. He's with the Jets, and you just plug him in and you just go. I mean, I know it sounds simple the way I'm saying, but when you have a quarterback that you played with for so long, and you still, as a receiver, are very adequate at doing what you do as far as getting open and running routes, he's still one of the best, despite the lack of production because of the inconsistent play at quarterback. There's nothing wrong with him. I guarantee you they both pick up where they left off at.
I think the thing is, Ocho, is that they're very familiar with each other. It always helps.
Same thing,
This is the system that he ran in Green Bay. And the plays are familiar. Rodgers' voice in his ear is familiar. So, I think they should pick up where they kind of left off years ago. At least I hope so, for his sake. Because, look, they had started to say Davante wasn't the same receiver last year. Factoring in that he lost Derek Carr. Aiden O'Connell and whomever the other quarterbacks were, that's not Derek Carr. And so no matter what you think, Derek Carr's not he's not Joe Burrow. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not one of these top quarterbacks, but he's better than Aiden O'Connell. In his first year with Davante, Davante had 1,500 yards and was a first-team All-Pro. There's something to be said for that.
There's one thing that I hate that the pundits do, the analysts, those that should know the game, and they always talk about certain players losing a step or they don't have it anymore. When you don't factor in that, for one, the inconsistent play at quarterback affects that, the opportunities that you normally get when they're putting up those numbers, those good numbers, there's a reason why you're not doing so. And they never factor it in. The first thing they say is, the player's losing a step, when that's not the case, instead of saying exactly what it is. Well, I'm glad you brought it up because we know there's nothing wrong with him. Now, you'll know when a player loses a step by watching him. I'm curious to see how teams are going to play the Jets now. They play the Steelers, so it's going to be a very, very interesting matchup. Joey Porter Jr., is he going to take Garrett Wilson, or are they going to put the number one on Davante Adams? So I'm not sure how that's going to play out. So for his first game back with Aaron Rodgers, this is a good game, a good test for them because they're playing a very good defense in the Steelers. So I'm excited. I think they're going to pick up right where they left off at. And there's a certain chemistry when you play with somebody so long that you just can't replicate. And I know, I just know they're going to take some of the things they did in Green Bay, add it to that offense, and they just going to go to work.
Yeah, but let's be real. Aaron Rodgers hadn't played well this year, Ocho.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not. I mean, I understand what he was in Green Bay, but we haven't seen that yet with the Jets. And it's going to be very interesting to see if he can get back. Now, do I expect him to be what he was in those MVP seasons? I don't, Ocho. I don't. I mean, he's coming up an Achilles and he's 40 years old.
When you have a weapon like that, you can count on every goddamn time. If you've been watching the Jets games, I've been watching the Jets games. Like, maybe you got a young bull like 17, man, that can actually get open like that. I really think even pre Achilles injury, he could always count on them boys to be open. That's the reason he was able to win that MVP.
Yeah, but
he was able to get the ball to them. He was able to facilitate, and they were always open. He knew where everybody was going to be. They were always in the right spot. There would be no mistakes like you saw the other night where he threw the ball to Mike Williams, and Mike Williams wasn't on the red line. Which part?
I don't like that.
Oh, the quarterback. You got to eat that one. Yeah. You got to eat. Yeah.
What you say is there's a little miscommunication. You don't. Now we get behind closed doors. Like,
he released inside, but he never got back out. If they playing and you got the go ball, if you're gonna release outside, get back out there to the red line so the quarterback got somewhere to go with it.
Eat it. I mean, how many times you think during the course of the game, a receiver runs the wrong route, the quarterback has the wrong read, and you don't know about it because they don't discuss it. And then once we get behind closed doors, that's what we do. That's why Carson's like, hey, Ocho,
I never forget.
Up.
Yeah.
John was the same. John was the same way. Troy was the same way. Peyton Manning, you heard Peyton Manning. Quarterbacks are, you understand. They control. They control the food on the table. Now they'll control whether you get to eat a lot or little. Now, how much you want to eat?
You better be careful.
I'm okay.
Better be careful. Matter of fact, I'm glad you just said that.
You absolutely better be careful.
Let me tell you how I want chat those of you to look at my stats when you get the chance. Look at my stats. Unc, I don't remember what year this was, but I was kind of disgruntled. And I don't think I asked for a trade. It might have been Drew. I kind of got sick of the media blaming me for the reason we were losing. So they were putting everything on me because obviously I was the one having all the fun and whatever. So they started to turn on me a little bit, our own media in Cincinnati. And I said, you know what? Well, hey, I want to trade. I want out. Something like that. And I remember the Commanders at that time and Dan Snyder, they offered the Bengals a 1-for-1. And Mike Brown said no. We're not going to set a precedent that a player can come in and say, okay, he's not happy and say, oh, you know what? I want to trade. Nah. It ain't happening. So they turned that down, right? I'm just coming off a really good season, despite me being disgruntled. I don't know what they did offensively or how they weren't able to get me the ball that particular year. All of a sudden, I had about 500 yards the whole season. I swear to God. And it wasn't
Cincinnati?
No.
Was that your last year? Was that the last year when you was T.O.?
1,200, 13-yard season. And then, I was getting, the media was on my ass about us losing. There was nothing. I was healthy. I was completely healthy. I swear for God, if you look at my stats, you look at it, it's thousands. And all of a sudden, it's a 500-yard season. I don't know if they found a way like to work me out the offense. I really had 500 yards the whole season. And then the next season, I'm right back to 1,200. Like in a sense, it was like, damn, are they that powerful where, you know what? Oh, you want to play with us? Okay, we're going to play with you. The whole season. And I was scared to say anything because I already caused ruckus and made noise in the offseason. So I'm definitely not going to do it in season because I'm already on thin ice in a sense. And I'm like, well, damn, I'm not even part of the offense. That's what it felt like. And I was still that boy. I ain't know what the hell. I ain't know what the hell was going on. So I just had to throw that story out there based on what you were just talking about. That's crazy.
Well, here's the problem that they have is that can they protect? Now you see Buffalo had relentless pressures on Rodgers. What do you think? What do you think the Steelers are going to be able to with T.J. Watt and Hebron?
They better chip.
What are they going to do?
Got to have a game plan because is the brother Tyron Smith on the left side? Hey, listen, no disrespect. No disrespect to him. But obviously, I don't think he's going to have to go against T.J. Watt. And T.J. Watt is most of the time he's on the left side, so he'll be dealing with the right tackle. But that young bull, I don't know who it was he was struggling with, but he looked like his feet in cement out there. Hey,
Efanessa.
Man, listen. He's not what he once was when he was with the Cowboys. Maybe the injury. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Jets were expecting to get the old Tyron Smith, and they just got an old Tyron Smith.
Nah.
Because he doesn't move. He doesn't move. He doesn't his feet, the kick, the slide, the punch.
He can kick. He can
The
kick, but
hands
the
have gotten
footwork ain't what it
lazy,
once was.
and it's hard.
Right.
He don't cover as much ground with the kick, and he's gotten really lazy with his hands. And you see a lot of guys just wax on, wax off, and they're gone. They buy it. And they never used to be Tyron Smith with that move.
He was so strong at the point of attack. Once he put that hand there and get you in your chest, boy, you ain't going nowhere.
Yes. CeeDee Lamb responds to Troy Aikman criticism. After Aikman called the Cowboys receiver lazy and terrible, CeeDee responded to a sit-down interview with former coach Jason Garrett. As a leader, I take it in. We got to work. I use it as a building block. If you say our routes are lazy, I'm going to go out there every week and show you my routes. Personally, I take that as constructive criticism, as well as you should. If we can control it, let's go work at it and get better at it. I'm a hard worker. So anything you say that I'm not doing, I'm going to show you that I'm doing.
That's a very mature answer.
I like that.
Very, very, very mature answer. Now, is that what he's really thinking? Probably not. But what he said publicly is the perfect answer to the criticism that a legend from your organization who has won multiple Super Bowls. Great response.
3.
Great response.
And the thing is that you have to understand, Troy's a quarterback. Troy used to get on Mike's ass. Michael Irvin. What he's saying is that, like, bro, if I don't consistently know where you are, that's why people looking at us like we crazy. You and I have had the conversation. As long as CeeDee and Dak been playing together, they shouldn't have these misfires like they have, Ocho. They have misfires like guys that ain't never played together.
Hey, you know what I think that's due to now? Also, every year, missing training camp. Every year, those repetitions that you need in training camp, mini camp, OTAs, all that helps. All that helps in building that chemistry because it resets itself after every year. It ain't, I'm not going to go to training camp. I'm not at training camp. I'm not at OTAs or I'm not at mini camp. But then come in season, you think everything is just going to be right like that. They don't like that.
No. But that's your opportunity to work on stuff though, Ocho. It's just like, you don't like, man, you know what? I had my best year and I don't work anymore. Right. You work harder to have a better year. So you get back to try to build even a better rapport. Each year you want to expand. Hey, we good at this. Let's see if we can get a little better at that. Okay, we got good at this and that. Right. Let's see if we can get good at something else. That's how you build. That's how you get better. And so now everything, back shoulder fade, in cut, out, the speed out, all that stuff. But it's like I said, I don't watch film. I used to watch film when I first started at Fox. Yeah, I used to watch tape because I wanted to see. I was like, but I had to stop because in my head I'm too critical, Ocho. Because I'm like, bro, what the hell is this? That lazy ass route, bro. You can't, bro. You rounded the route off. That's why the DB came through and knocked it down. And then you put the blanket on. He knew you was breaking out. That's why he jetted it. So I'm glad CeeDee. I hope CeeDee takes it like, okay, you played the quarterback. You know what's expected of us in Dallas. Criticism comes along with the job, especially a guy that played like he plays. Like he said, Troy is looking at it from a quarterback. He's looking at it from Dak. Everybody's saying Dak bad, but damn, these guys running these lazy ass routes. He don't know where they're gonna be. Because the route, that ball my back foot hit, that quarterback back foot hit, Ocho, whether it's 3 or 5.
Yeah.
And I can't be back there jacking the ball off. Worried about you.
Knock his head off.
Eric Dickerson set the NFL rushing record, 2105 in 1984. That's after he came off his rookie season. He ran for 1808. Over the past 40 seasons, no one has been able to top that mark, but something could change. Heading into week 8, Derrick Henry is on pace to break the record. And although plenty of players have gotten off to hot starts, the first half of the season before fading, Lamar thinks Henry might be able to break the record. He says Henry has a good chance to top ED's number. It's there. I feel like he has a great chance of achieving it. I think he can do it. I believe he can do it. Through 7 weeks, Henry has rushed for 873 yards. He's on pace to run for 2120, which would be 15 yards more than ED's record. So Henry doesn't have a huge margin for error going forward.
The possibility
Ocho, what you think?
Of him doing it is really, really good. It's really, really good. Very good. Oh, there's nothing. The Ravens almost seem like a cheat code when you watch them play against everybody they play. Lamar is running the ball. He's throwing the ball. Derrick Henry is running the ball. He's catching balls out the goddamn backfield. That's not even part of his repertoire. That's a big word for him, but I can't spell it. But I mean, they look really, really good offensively. Like it's damn near scary. So if I was to say the two best teams in the NFL offensively, I'm going Detroit and I'm going goddamn Ravens. And the Ravens are getting it done on the ground before they even put the ball in the air. And this is a pass happy league now. You definitely got it.
But my question is, at what expense does Derrick Henry break that record? We could have got TD's record because there are games in which TD, when he ran for 2008, Ocho, TD was done at the half. He'd be done rush for 150 and Mike wouldn't let him play anymore. Or he'd be rush for 169 and at the third quarter, like he was done for the fourth quarter. So he sat out probably equivalent. If you go back and look at when he didn't play anymore, he probably sat out the equivalent of probably 3 games because Mike saw the bigger picture. Yeah, I get you that record. We don't win the Super Bowl. What the hell? Because at the end of the day, we wanted to be special. You needed to repeat. In order for you to be one of these teams that people talk about recurrently, you got to do it back to back. So do I think he can do it? Yeah, I do. Because there's going to be a situation where they're going to need him to run the air out of the ball. And he's more than capable of doing that. And I think they have a team that takes pride and kind of like when TD need like 170 something yards to get that record, Ocho. Man, you ought to saw them linemen.
Blocking their ass off, huh?
Man, I was like, man, hey. I'm like, throw it. Man, please. Hey, them linemen wanted it. They like, oh, we gonna get this. We gonna get that record. We gonna get 2,000.
Thing and knowing that in the record, but it's the fact that
absolutely
we're the reason why he was able to get that record. So it means just as much to them as it does to him winning that record.
And he gets an extra game, 17 instead of 16. What was so amazing? OJ went for 2003 and 14.
In Buffalo, them boy was toting that rock, boy.
Oh, the electric company. That's what they call the offensive line, the electric company. Riley McKenzie, Joe DeLamielleure, they were moving people. Hey, they were moving them up out of there. Actually, Joe Ferguson, if I'm not mistaken, Joe Ferguson was the quarterback. We played my rookie year. We played Indy. Joe Ferguson was the quarterback in Indy in 1990. And I think OJ broke that record in 73? And he was the quarterback. He was the quarterback for OJ, and he was the quarterback in Indy.
That's dope.
Yeah, we know what happened but hey, that he was a hell of a running back. Everybody wanted to beat 32. Christian McCaffrey returns to practice for the 49ers. Not only did C-Mac return to the practice field for the first time since week 1, wide receiver Juwan Jennings, kicker Jake Moody, and offensive lineman John Feliciano were all back in action, according to reports on the site. Ocho, what do you expect from the 49ers moving forward?
Once CMC hits that field, the offense gets that much better. Once CMC hits that field, the offense gets that much better. Arguably, CMC was the best running back in the league. I know what Derrick Henry is doing right now, but before CMC got hurt, he was considered the best running back in the league. For all the things that he can do at the receiver position, lining up in the slot, all the things he can do coming out the backfield, catching the ball out the backfield, running the ball, it allows them to do so much more. I think the offensive playbook with Shanahan when CMC is back there, even though Jordan Mason played pretty well, while CMC was out, I think they can do that much more offensively when they have CMC in there.
Yeah, I think healthy. They're still a threat in the NFC.
Hell yeah.
They're still very formidable.
Mm-hmm.
Formidable. Whatever term you want to use. Formidable, formidable. C-Mac, his ability to run the football between the tackles, to hit outside, can catch it out of the backfield. They get Debo back. They get Juwan Jennings back. They have an opportunity to do something really good. No, we've been talking about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson completed 16 of 19 pass attempts for 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, and had a perfect quarterback rating, 158.3. Lamar now has 4 career games with a perfect quarterback rating with a minimum of 10 passes. He ties the NFL record held by Ben Roethlisberger, who also has 4 such games. Lamar now has 20 passing touchdowns this season after connecting with Zay Flowers twice, Patrick Ricard once, Flowers was Jackson's favorite target on Sunday, 5 receptions, $127. In winning 6 of their past 7 games, the Ravens have beaten 3 teams with a winning record: the Bills, the Commanders, and the Broncos by a combined score of 106-43. But this is the same Baltimore team that lost to 2 last-place teams. They lost to the Browns and they lost to the Ravens. It comes down to the most criticized Ravens defense. When Baltimore holds teams to 25 or fewer points, the Ravens are 4-0.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
They lost to the Ravens and the Browns. They lost to the Raiders and the Browns.
You know what's funny? And you see why I was a little optimistic about maybe the Cowboys being able to pull it off, and changing their season around, is because on any given Sunday, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. Now, as dominant as the Ravens are, if you're a bet man, if you're a gambler man, when they paid the Raiders, you putting all your money on the Ravens. When they played the Browns, you putting all your money on the Browns. But I don't understand why that happens. Maybe playing down to the competition. Maybe the play calling, like you said, when they played the Browns, they only gave goddamn Derrick Henry the ball 11 times. How many rushes Derrick Henry had today?
23.
Okay.
With 2 touchdowns and a $106.
See, maybe that is the formula. Maybe
34. They almost had double the amount of rush attempts as pass attempts. Last week, it was the flip side. Lamar Jackson threw the ball 19 times. Today, they ran it 34 times. That's your recipe. Crazy, and because Lamar doesn't need to throw the ball 30 plus times, because he's going to be so efficient, because the gaps that's going to be in the defense, because you can't stop D. Henry with a light box. So he's throwing against man coverage, and when it's zone coverage, they so out of place because they're taking the false steps, trying to get down when he fakes the ball into D. Henry's belly.
Out of position.
Now you out of position, but he's dealing with the ball. He's playing unbelievable. Right now, the MVP is Lamar, is D. Henry, is Jared Goff.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else in that race that you would throw a name in the box?
No.
Okay.
No. Not for me.
Listen, a blind man can see it. I'm not going to mention a blind man name, but a blind man can see there's a chance that Lamar Jackson can win his 3rd MVP. There's a chance that he can win his 3rd MVP. And man, by God, young Bull. I know young Bull watch. They be watching too. I know Lamar probably not watching right now.
Yeah.
He gonna see this, boy. You the real deal, boy. Pompano's finest, boy. I salute you. This is coming from a Bengal. It's coming from a Bengal. But I know one thing. You know who they play Thursday night?
Who they play?
Yeah, okay.
I bet they put pussy.
You know who they play.
I bet they put pussy in you.
Ass. Bet that.
I bet they put pussy.
Ass. And that's respectfully to all my Raven fans. I love you. You know how I feel about you. I love you.
In Baltimore. I got the Ravens.
You won't bet none.
Whatever, make it loud on yourself.
I ain't gonna do you like that. I ain't gonna take
do me like that. Do me like that.
I ain't gonna take your money. I ain't gonna take your money.
Yeah, I won't take my money.
We just talked about what happened when they played the Raiders. We just talked about what happened when they played the Browns. So you think the Bengals finna, after today's game against the Raiders, you think we gonna
talk about I remember what they did last time they was in Cincinnati. Dropped a 41 piece on you.
Hold on. Stay with me now. Did you see Joe Burrow today? I don't mean to jump the gun and get off topic. Did you see Joe Burrow today?
How many yards did he throw for against the Ravens last time?
What you talking about last time? We've improved since then.
No, you haven't. Your defense haven't. You just played a bad team. Remember how y'all went to Philly? Philly beat y'all 34-17.
Okay. All right. Mark my words. Now, I told you
he threw for 392. He threw for 392 against the Ravens. How many touchdowns? And 5 TDs. And L. Jack got it.
All right.
He can't beat Lamar. He got one victory against Lamar.
I know what the record is. I know it. But listen.
Lamar wiping his feet. This is what Lamar do to everybody in the AFC North.
Yeah. We'll see, though. We'll see Thursday. Well,
put some on it.
Make it all right. Make it light on yourself then. Make it light on yourself. What you want to do? You call your price.
Better ban. A ban. And I ain't talking about FAMU or Grambling or Southern.
What you want to do? I got what you want to do?
Better ban. I want to ban.
Bet it. Matter of fact, you know what? Since you're talking, and I got 10 right here, make it 2,000.
Bet it.
Now what? What you want to do? Let's go. Hey, Joe, I told you what Joe Burrow said the last time he was in front of the media. We're going to win 7 of the last 9. And starting in number 1 of that next 9 was the date. And the next win is going to be Thursday.
Ain't happening.
Right. And anybody in the chat that got something to say, you bet it too. Put your side bet down. What y'all talking about, man? Who they?
Boy, they playing too good. They playing too good.
Yeah, they playing real good. And listen, Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, Brother Todd Monken, they are playing phenomenal football. Derrick Henry, phenomenal. Zay Flowers, boy, I see you, boy. I see you. But Thursday, no, sir. Thursday, no, sir.
Also, we had another incident, Ocho. Video has emerged this morning showing Jason Kelce walking near Penn State, Beaver Stadium, and getting approached by a college student, shouting his name and asking for a fist bump. Excuse me. One person can be heard heckling Kelce using a derogatory language about his brother Travis and girlfriend Taylor Swift. Hey, Kelce, how does it feel that your brother is the gay slur for dating Taylor Swift? The person yelled. Jason was not having any of it as he turned around, grabbed the person's phone and slammed it to the ground. As Jason goes to pick the phone up, the guy shoves it. So and Jason hands the phone back to him and says, "Who's the F now?" 3 times.
Fight back, Jason. Don't do that. Don't put your phone in people's faces. Give people space. Show respect.
It's okay if the guy don't want to fist bump you guys. It's okay. It's not the end of the world.
He got the phone all out, all in the man's space.
Man, come on. See, I used to say we're better than this, but we're not. Because after a certain point in time, this is who we are. This is what we've become as a society. Because what the internet has done is made so many people famous. And so many people want their 10, 15 minutes of fame that they're willing to cross lines in order to achieve it. But sometimes you can make the wrong play on the wrong day. Leave people alone. I get it, Ocho. Sometimes when we do our job, we have to talk about people. And we have to talk about the football, and like we talked about the Tom Brady situation and his wife. They're moved on, they're going their separate ways, and X, Y, and Z. But I'm just trying to figure out Travis Kelce dating Taylor Swift, that impacts this gentleman's life. And why would you call that man his brother out of his name? So how do you think the man was going to respond? Why? I mean, why would you do that? You went there with the person to try to get a reaction out of Kelce, out of Jason.
I mean, these are college kids, though. So you already know how they are. They're not thinking straight. They're not thinking. They saying the first thing come to mind.
So
college, why?
So the college kids,
Yeah, but
are they going to be
come
adults
on,
at
think
some
about
point
what you
in
did in
time?
college. Now you know you was wild. Now you know.
Yeah, but I ain't called nobody. But Ocho, because like I said,
Yeah,
I'm big on respect.
yeah.
I
See,
ain't going to
that's
nobody's face being
you.
disrespectful. And if I don't like
That's you.
somebody,
You
I'm
have to
not talking
understand
to
the
them.
world we're in today. You have to understand these kids in the era. And you just said it yourself. Attention, media,
Yes,
going viral, internet. How can I make a name for myself? I mean, just all that stuff tied in today. And, kids don't know how to act. And this is the era of cell phones and recording every goddamn everything.
they do. It
Everything.
is. We've gotten to the point. We put everything on the internet. We put what we're eating, what we're wearing, and X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
It's just
They
got to the
got
point,
to
man.
tweet
It's just
everything.
I just don't know. I just wish Jason wouldn't have had yelled those words back to him.
Right.
Just kept it moving. Just grabbed him. He did what he did, but just keep it moving. Don't
To the
lower
level.
yourself. Yeah. I just hated that some people go out of their way trying to get a celebrity or an entertainer or somebody famous to get a reaction out of them. I hate that that's where we are right now. Ocho, if it's somebody that I don't like, I don't follow them. If there's something come up on my feed, I scroll right past it. I don't listen to their music. I don't watch their films. Okay, we don't jive. We don't get along. I don't kind of like what you stand for. Okay, ain't no harm, no foul. And I'm definitely not going to seek that person out to try to start a confrontation or try to get out there somehow. I just, you just avoid the situation. But I just don't, man, people now, damn. Ocho, I said before we started, this is who we are now. Because, Ocho, you remember say, are we really that bad? Are we really like this? At some point in time, you got to come to the conclusion, this is who we are. This is what we've become as a society.
Remember you got mad with dude in the airport when you had a bear?
Yeah, with the dog. Yes. He wanted his, because I still don't know how, like I said, he must have been expecting somebody else was there because nobody knew I was there that day. Because normally I get a service to take me. I drove myself. So nobody comes. Sometimes I'm picking up Shannon Sharpe or somebody, a restaurant say, reservations, Shannon Sharpe, Ochocinco made reservations, and the paparazzi will show up. Sometimes they have, assistants or that'll alert the paparazzi so they can get pictures. So I was very cautious that day to make sure that I drove myself. And normally when I go to the airport or even anything in that, I have someone to drive for me. But I was cautious that day. And I noticed him earlier, Ocho, but I say, well, you know what? Nah. And the thing is that, like I said, the lady had come because she had to pick the dog up from one country.
Yeah, that's right.
She had to fly from one country, go to another country to get the dog, bring the dog back to me. She was only going to be in the airport for like 10 hours because the next flight was going to leave. So my thing is, I'm giving this lady a lot of money. I need to make sure she gets back through security. So I was like, ma'am, do you mind if we do the transaction over there? And she's like, sure, no problem. Because at first I didn't see her. Because she had Teddy in a carrier. So I'm looking, I'm like, and I called Shelly. I was like, Shelly, I don't see this lady. Shelly get on the phone, call the lady. She said, well, she's standing at X, Y, so forth and so on. She got on this. I turn around. I was like, I see her. I got her. And I'm like, but he wanted reaction. I mean, I gave him, I guess he wanted me to shove him or something. I gave him what he looked for. He got his little, he got his moment of fame. But I mean, to call somebody brother a name, derogatory, what did,
you gotta start
bro. Come on, you in
these
college.
fools, man.
Well, that's what happens. I mean, people get really disrespectful because they ain't never been slapped before.
You gotta make an example.
So, yeah, man, that's why you think I stay in the house, Ocho? People like me, no, because I just want to be left. Hey,
right.
I get from point A to point B, I'm walking. Oh yeah. Cause Jordan, he worked for whatever airline we flying on, because he got to get everybody their bags. Me and Ash done got up to play. I'm like, hey, what the F is Jordan? I said, don't worry about it.
You out of there.
You can wait. I'm gone. He getting everybody bag. You need your bag, ma'am? Here you go. Sir, you need your bag? Which one is yours? Jordan! You do not work for this airline. All it took was 10 games for the Indianapolis Colts to bench Anthony Richardson in favor of 39-year-old Joe Flacco. Even though Richardson is just 22 years of age, 10 games was enough of a sample size to draw the conclusion that the last year number 4 overall pick hasn't gotten it done. Jalen Hurts is a prime example of giving a young quarterback an opportunity to develop. Hurts said his development is why teams should be patient with young quarterbacks. I think things do take time. Things take time, and everybody has a different approach to going in. I wasn't supposed to be the guy I am today. Nobody expected that, but I took advantage of my opportunities, and that's what I encourage everyone to do, regardless.
I don't like the move. I don't care what nobody say. I don't like the move. It's your number 4 pick, right? It's your number 4 pick. Now, what I think, what I'm saying is happening. I don't like the fact that they're benching him. For one, he didn't play a lot of college football. He didn't play a lot of college football. He didn't get a lot of snaps. The amount of snaps that needed to be able to come in and transition into the NFL and be prepared. You know,
right.
Just being big, strong, fast, and having an arm is not going to get it done. It's not going to get it done. So the only way to improve in the NFL is with reps. He's the future of the franchise. He's the number 4 quarterback. So the only reason I think they put Flacco in is to save the season. Do we have a chance to make a run? So what we're gonna do is we 4-4. I think they are 4-4, right?
What's the tech? What's the Rex? What's the coach? I don't know if they're 4-4.
You don't think so?
I don't know if they run 4 games, Ocho. They might have.
No,
they're 4-4. They're 500.
See, right. I knew it. So what they're doing, what Coach Mr. Steichen is doing, he's making a change because he feels the team had the chance and the opportunity to make a run. Mm-hmm. At some point, Anthony Richardson will be the future of the Colts, but right now we're going to put Flacco in because he gives us. They feel, which is true statistically, Flacco gives them the best chance to win right now and compete.
And this is a compete division because the Texans aren't what they were. Right. Jacksonville is very hit or miss. Mm-hmm. We know what the Titans are.
Yeah.
So, and look, I know people are saying that, he tapped out and that's one of the reasons, but you got to look at his Ocho, this guy has a worse completion percentage than Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow completed 46% of his passes. He's completing 44%. That's 4% lower than Jamarcus Russell. Did we think Jamarcus Russell and Tim Tebow were good quarterbacks? No, we didn't. And his completion percentage is worse than theirs. He needs time to watch. They put him in too quick when he wasn't ready. And what happens is, Ocho, is that when you draft someone that high and you draft him at that position, you're not waiting because after the end of the 3rd year, Ocho, I'm going to have to make a decision. I'm about to have to get these guys $300, $400, $500 million. I need to see.
Right.
And in the process of that, because like you said, he didn't play a whole lot of football. And he didn't play a whole lot of football in a pro-style offense.
Right.
A lot of his stuff, he was running the football. Well, he said the NFL was easy. I can't tell. If the NFL is easy and you completing 44% of your passes,
right?
What the hell you think would happen if the NFL was hard, Ocho?
Can I tell you one more thing, that I don't like? I'm just saying, chat, y'all stay with me real quick. Like, listen to me when it comes to the game of football. When you're drafted at high, you have expectations, you have friends, you have people telling you this, you that, and you get to the NFL, you get drafted that high, then you plan, you have a certain high, a certain aura and feeling about yourself where you feel good. You know what it feels like to get benched, Unc? Do you understand what it feels like to get benched, though?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As a quarterback. Forget some of the other positions, because some of the other positions you have an opportunity to bounce back, and you have an opportunity to make those plays again. But as a quarterback, I think it does something, especially when you're young. It does something to your psyche. I'm assuming it has to. It has to do something to your psyche. So now you're telling me I'm playing bad. I'm playing so bad. You're going to sit me down and bench me for Joe Flacco. So if I do get the opportunity to play again, what's the first fucking thing I'm going to do? I'm going to be goddamn indecisive.
Hopefully you learn.
Hey, I'm going to be hesitant. I'm not going to make the big plays I was making earlier.
Give me his last 3 games.
It's weird to me.
Complete like 9 and 10 passes.
Yeah,
Hopefully he gets an opportunity to sit and watch, and then he can come. He said, "Well, Joe, what if Joe asked him?" And he can ask Joe, "What did you see? Why did you go there?"
Right.
Because that's the biggest thing, Ocho.
Right.
Ocho, you can't throw 30 passes and complete 8 of them in the NFL. You're not gonna win like that.
Yeah. And you know what? And then we can't blame the receivers because they got a squad now.
Yeah.
Hey, they got some boys now.
Now you done fired the coach. You done demoted the offensive coordinator. Well, the defense gave up 31. Well, the offense is allowed to score more than 6.
Absolutely.
Because that's the one thing I like about football. It's not like when you play one-on-one, you play make it, take it. I make a basket, I get to take it back out again. Now in football, I score a touchdown, I kick it off to you. You can score too.
But they not gonna have they ain't gonna have nobody. Ain't nobody else to fire. Ain't nobody else to blame. You fired Saleh.
See, the thing is, like, you got to be careful. You got to be careful when you do things for the wrong reasons. See, a lot of this has to do with him being mad at the Packers for drafting Jordan Love. So I'm gonna go show you that I still got something left.
Yeah.
If you're not, Ocho, you've heard me say it a lot. If you're not careful, you'll become the very thing you despise the most in a person. The guy that preceded him, what did he do? He got mad because they took a quarterback. And where did he go first when he left Green Bay?
That's the same thing. Same thing.
I mean, Davante Adams had 13 targets. He caught 6 passes for 31 yards.
Damn.
He probably thinking I could have stayed where I was, did exactly this, and kept, I think the state income tax in Jersey, New York, wherever it is, about 10%. I pay nothing.
10 what?
The state income tax in New York, New Jersey, got to be like 10%.
10 who? I catch you all at the end of my career. I'll pay you back later.
What state? Jersey is 10.75, almost 11, because he stays in Jersey, so we don't have to do New York, but he stays in Jersey. Nobody stays in the city. New York's 11, so he's playing 10.75%.
That's crazy. Well, you know how high that is?
Yeah, higher than giraffe hoo-ha. But here's the thing, Ocho, that's the thing. You just think, see, what Peyton, because remember, when Peyton got to Denver, they went 13-3. They won like 7, 8 games in a row, had the number 1 seed. Baltimore did come in and knock them off in the divisional round. Peyton finished second in the MVP voting. The next year, they go to the Super Bowl. They break all the records. Peyton, over 5,400 passing yards, NFL record. 55 touchdowns, NFL record. Go to the Super Bowl. The following year, Peyton throws 39 touchdowns. We see what Tom does. His first year there. So we're like, hey, they do it.
You would expect Aaron to do the same.
Those are 2 natural-born leaders. Natural people gravitate towards them.
So you don't see Aaron as a leader, huh? I mean, just your own personal opinion. Outside of the dumb stuff.
All I know is what I've read. What I've read with coaches.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Not coaches, excuse me. What I've read when the reports about the CEO, Mark Murphy. Aaron, don't you be the problem. They don't consult with him. They didn't consult with him when they hired. They didn't consult with him when they let somebody go.
Damn.
The mere fact of how he does things when Mike Williams, I was expecting Mike Williams to do this, and he redlined, and he was supposed to redline. He got, why would you do that?
You can't throw your play under the bus.
Why would you do that? Name the time you've ever heard Peyton Manning. Name the time you've ever heard Peyton or Tom Brady, because this is the guy that he wants to be in the category with. When has Tom Brady ever thrown somebody under the bus? When has Peyton Manning ever thrown somebody? They'll eat it.
Yeah, every time.
They'll eat it and then have the conversation with the guys like, look, I was expecting you to be on the red line, right? Not run the end cut.
Yeah.
Every chance he gets. What does he do? You saw him in Green Bay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, speaking of Mike being on the red line, they had that exact same play today. Mike had just had that exact same play today with the cover 0. And the corner was sitting there squatting, waiting on the slant, waiting on the pass real quick.
Bro. But Ocho, you can't stand that far inside. You can't give a receiver that kind of free release to let him just run straight up the field.
And he stemmed it inside, which made it even worse.
And pushed him even further inside.
Yeah, that was a good play. That was a good play by Mike.
These guys here, Ocho, these guys are too good. If you don't put hands on them.
Oh, but remember it was cover 0, so he was off, huh? Remember? He was sitting off. Yeah.
Yes. But Ocho, you can't be that far inside.
He was tripping.
Because think about it, you already 2 yards inside. If he stem you inside, now you're gonna be 3 to 4. You give that guy so much area to just throw the ball. And Russ throws as good a deep ball as anybody.
I call it like they called it a little moon ball. And
it
right down in the bucket. You ain't got no chance to recover. I don't care how fast you is.
No, you can't come from that. And he give him a big target because he got all this to drop it up. He ain't got to drop it down. What we call he don't have to drop it down a chimney. I got a big old radius that I can throw it into. I can throw it here. I can throw it here. I can let you catch it over here because I'm not worried about the DB is so far behind. And then if I throw it over his shoulder, I can use my body, Ocho. He's got to come through me to break the play up.
Yeah.
But I don't think it. I don't know. Maybe Jets fans are surprised, but I'm not.
I'm surprised. Honestly, I thought things would have been different. I was giving Aaron Rodgers his praise for what I felt he was going to be able to do on the field. I didn't really care about the stuff he was doing off of it. Do whatever the hell you want to off of it. But I'm thinking
he has.
I'm expecting him to look like maybe not the Aaron Rodgers of old. Just give me 50% of that. Give me 50, 60% of the old Aaron Rodgers. And I thought, the Jets, they're going to be on one. They're going to be fine.
Well, he talking about Cayenne Water and
Who
Lemon.
Who is that?
How'd that work out for him today?
Cayenne.
Yeah, Cayenne Water, Cayenne Pepper Water and Lemon. Oh, it's the fountain of youth. Even had the kicker that drilled the field goal. Oh, yeah, this thing is working. Bro, that stuff don't work. Look, I understand all that cleanse and you go to these holistic places and they give you all that stuff. I get it.
I ain't never heard of no cayenne. I know about the Porsche cayenne.
Cayenne pepper. They put cayenne pepper and they put water, lemon. I mean, what was he had? And I've discovered the fountain of youth.
Did you?
Bro, clearly you don't watch yourself play because ain't nothing useful about you. Ain't nothing. I'm not breaking any new chat. Do y'all think there's anything useful about Aaron Rodgers' play? Does he cayenne pepper and water? Does he move like he once did? Absolutely not. Bryce Young got the job done in Germany. Ocho against the Giants. Giants currently hold the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. Ocho, should the Giants draft Shador?
Yeah, I tweeted that earlier.
Prime ain't gonna let that happen.
I tweeted that earlier today.
Prime ain't gonna let that happen.
You don't think so?
Nope.
Have the Giants ever drafted a black quarterback before?
Hell no. Hell no.
Hey, the way you said it, that was funny.
Bryce Young, 15 of 25, 126, a touchdown. Chuba Hubbard had an outstanding day, 28 rushes, $153, and a touchdown. They ran the ball 32 times for $188. Daniel Jones was 22 of 37, 190, and 2 interceptions. But it was Tracy that fumbled in overtime that led to the game-winning field goal by the Carolina Panthers. Yeah.
You hurt. Hold your head, boy. Hold your head.
And they talking about, they're going to evaluate the quarterback position. For evaluate what?
Wait, who, huh?
Yeah, they're talking about they're going to evaluate it. They're open to making changes at the quarterback. It's too late now. Y'all might as well go ahead and stick with Daniel Jones.
He's saying that to save his job, huh?
He can't save it.
Too
It's
late
over.
now. Well, hey, you might as well make a change. Who's the backup? Tyrod?
No, Tyrod at
Yeah,
the
the
Jets,
Jets.
ain't he?
Wait, I got the wrong New York team. I'm tripping.
No, Ocho, you might as well just you know what you got.
You
Look,
might as well pull him. You might as well pull him. Hey, you talk about you evaluating him. You want to give yourself a chance to win, a chance to do something.
No.
I mean, who's the backup in New York anyway?
Who's the backup quarterback? It's somebody known too. Drew Lock, right?
Okay.
Drew Lock.
Drew there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, they gamble. Hey, GM, how that looking now? Guys, you can run the ball fairly well. I mean, Porter Jr. runs the ball really well. Singletary, he's just your quarterback. Right. No team is good enough to overcome poor quarterback play. Now you might win a game or two because we saw tonight Jared Goff turned the ball over 5 times and his team came back.
But other teams don't have that kind of high power octane offense either.
No, they don't. The Giants currently hold the number 1 pick. I stay in that position. But they have a new coach next year. Dak Prescott is planning to undergo season-ending surgery on a partially torn hamstring, pending an opinion of one final specialist. Schefter added that Dak will meet with the specialist in New York, but the Cowboys doctor already believes he needs surgery that would sideline him 4 to 4 months. The Cowboys did not place Dak on injury reserve today, trading away a 4th-round pick 4 days before it comes out that your quarterback, that does make it even more egregious because you knew Dak was injured and you traded for. But anyway, I don't care that Mingo has 2 years left on his deal. Completely insane price if you know the season is probably over. That's what Dave Hellman.
Hey, Jerry
tweeted.
said he was going to get a receiver. He said he was going to get a receiver.
To do what?
He went and got one. Listen, we're gonna see tomorrow. We're gonna see tomorrow. I hope Dak he heals fast. I hope he heals fast. Scrap.
It's over. It's off the bone. He ain't healing up
I'm
this
just saying,
year.
I hope he heals fast. I'm definitely not. Yeah,
he can heal slow.
I'm not talking about to come back and play
25.
Him. I mean, this season. I mean, just in general, wanting to heal fast so he can get back in.
Yeah.
He can not get back out there on the field, but just get back into a groove and working yourself back into shape and being able to throw the ball. That's one thing you don't play with. Soft tissue injuries. Hey, that hamstring, the Achilles area, your calf. Boy, I don't wish that for nobody.
You see what? Hamstring. Zion's gonna miss time with a hamstring. Kevin Durant's gonna miss time with a calf. Because you're an athlete, you play with your lower body.
Yeah.
Where you going? Those things grabbing. I mean,
that's crazy,
man. Yeah, but hopefully, like you said, he gets the final prognosis. He gets done what he needs to get done, and he's ready to come back next year and rebuild. I was going to say Christian McCaffrey will make his debut this weekend against the Bucs. Are the 49ers about to get back on track? Ocho, they got the Bucs at Tampa. They got Seattle at home, at Green Bay, at Buffalo, Chicago at home, Rams at home, at Miami, Detroit at home on a Monday night, and flex game 2BD against Arizona week 18. Do you think they go on a run?
Absolutely. I think they would have went on a run even if CMC didn't come back. I think they would have on a run. But just adding him back to that offense and the dynamic that he brings in the passing game and running game is tremendous. It makes it that much more difficult for you to defend them, defensively. I know Brandon Ayuk is out. Right. I think Juwan Jennings is coming back. I could be wrong if I'm not mistaken. Debo's back. Kittles is still there. You add CMC, that makes him that much more dangerous. Mike Shanahan with CMC back the playbook opens up even more exponentially. That's a big word for me. I can't spell it, but it's a big word for me.
Saquon was drug tested after his reverse
Oh, I remember
hurdle.
them days.
Ocho explained why the NFL does this to people at
Yeah.
home when something spectacular. Guy has,
Mm-hmm.
3 touchdown
Mm-hmm.
catches or 200 yards or 180 yards rushing. A guy has 3-4 sacks. All of a sudden, randomly, he comes up on a drug
Yep.
test.
Anytime you have a game like that, Jamar Chase, please expect a drug test in your locker tomorrow or Monday morning, whatever day it is. Normally, when you have a performance like that, a performance that doesn't happen as frequent or as often, they drug test you. I'm not sure what they're thinking they're going to catch. I think they just have um, insight. Well, this doesn't happen as often as it should. So the fact that it happened today and in this game, and you had numbers that are kind of extraordinary, we're going to test you and see if you took something that resulted in helping you perform the way you did today. It's weird. I never forget. I got drug tested a few times. One that I can remember clear as day was a performance after we played the San Diego Chargers. I never forget. We played the San Diego Chargers. I think I had a 260-yard day, 260-yard day, two touchdown game.
Chase broke your record tonight?
I think he had what he had 264 tonight. He broke my record last year, his rookie year. Remember he had 266.
Oh,
He had
that's right.
266. He broke it last year. He had 264 tonight. And I mean, to be able to have multiple games like that is unreal, unreal. And then you have to think today's game is a lot different than it was when we were playing, huh? It was we were run first. Now they throw the goddamn ball all over the place. You can't play defense. You can't touch nobody. So the game is kind of different now, where it's almost damn near like 7-on-7 with helmets and pads on. But
True.
dude, that mother Chase, man, but that motherfucker special. That boy's special. Yeah.
Ocho, one of the NFL players, is an heir to a $500 million potato empire. Saints center Conor McGregor is in his 8th NFL season, and his family company is the biggest potato producer in America. Their main potato supplier of McDonald's, Raising Cane's, Wendy's, and Frito-Lay chips. And when McGovern was drafted by the Broncos in 2016, some of his teammates were curious why he was playing football when he could make far more money back home farming. His response: I wanted to make a name for myself and show that my hard work earned myself something, and I wasn't riding the coattails of everybody. But whenever his NFL career ends, the 31-year-old center said he would go back to RD, his family's company, back to research and development. Though he said he'll work his way up from the bottom, just like everybody else, and earn his way up just like he did in his football career. So the next time you're snacking on McDonald's fries, remember those potatoes are likely coming from Conor McGovern's family farm.
That's dope. That's dope. I like that. Most of the time when you have success or a kid is born into wealth, they don't have that same drive and that work ethic it takes to want to work and actually put the work in to earn and see what it's like to have the responsibilities and what it takes to earn that kind of money to be able to support yourself. So I'm not sure if his parents raised him that way, but the fact that he is the way he is commendable. And then not only for the business to already be successful, but to have an NFL career and say, I'm going to make good money in the NFL. And then when I do retire, I'm going to start from the bottom of the business and work my way back up to the top. Ain't too many people built like that, huh?
Yeah, but he should, because I'm sure he doesn't know the business because he was like playing football, college football, NFL football, like the people that's already there. Although a lot of times, yeah, you're right, Ocho, a lot of times family members, hey, my family company, I want to start at a VP level as opposed to an entry level, learn the ropes and work your way up. That's why I've always been impressed by Peyton Manning. His dad made lots of money. Eli made lots of money. And they're going to be #1 draft picks overall and make careers for themselves. You have to commend that. When your dad is somebody, your mom, your family is somebody, and you say, yeah, that's fine and good, but I want my own name. And that's what people used to tell me all the time. Man, your brother got money. That's his money. My brother don't want to be taking care of no grown-ass man.
Yeah.
He got a wife and kid. So I want to earn my own. I want to do my own thing. I appreciate everything that my brother gave me.
He gave me just enough to make me desire to get more, but on my own. I saw the things that he had, and he knew I wanted to be like him. Hey, bro, check this out. Look what I got. Damn.
Inspiring, ain't it?
Man. And I went and got everything with the exception, he had I don't know if you remember this, Ocho, but in the 80s, they came out with a BMW called the M3. It had a spoiler on the back and everything. With the exception of that, and he had a Typhoon.
Yeah.
Every other car that my brother had, I got it.
You got one?
He got a Ferrari, I got a Ferrari. He got a big Benz, I got a big Benz. Whatever car he had, I got. Because that's what I saw. That's what motivated me. And for Conor McGovern family to be who they are. And he said, nah, yeah, that's good, fine. But I want my own name.
That's live.
And no matter what happens, I've had a NFL career that spanned 8 years. Maybe it goes to 9, 10, who knows? But when my career is over, I'm still young. Ocho, think about it. He'll only be 30. Let's just say for the sake of argument, his career goes another 2 years. He'll be 33 years of age. Yeah. He could, he's made good money. He can retire if he want to, but say, no, we're going to go into the family business and we're going to expand. So I love that. I love when kids come from wealthy families or well-off families and don't feel entitled. I love that. No matter what you want to say, because a lot of times they have access. Bronny had access. LeBron made sure he had the best trainer, he had the best nutritionist, he had the best coaches, he had the best of everything. But the kid says, I want to make it on my own. Now, he's never going to be able to outrun his dad's shadow. His dad is LeBron. It's just like Jordan kids. They're never going to be able to outrun the dad's shadow. But just because that's my dad, I shouldn't want for myself. So you mean to tell me I can't want to accomplish something? Just my last name is supposed to get it. So I commend the kids. I commend them. I love the opportunity. Look, you're supposed to give them an opportunity. All this, that's nepotism. And nip your ass out my face. But like I said, I love when kids want to be something on their own. You know what I'm saying, Ocho? But I can't do anything. I can't help who my parents are, what I was born into. But I have a desire to be known more than that. I did that on my own. Yeah, that's my brother. But Sterling ain't catch no passes at Savannah State. He ain't catch no passes for the Broncos or the Ravens. So no matter what y'all, and y'all know this, you know this. NFL want to know who can help. Can you help me win games?
That's all it come down to.
Because Sterling ain't playing over here. He playing over in Green Bay. He up in Green Bay win games. So kudos to you, Conor McGovern.
Josh Allen has officially overtaken Lamar as the MVP frontrunner. Josh Allen is now a plus 150. Lamar Jackson is a plus 200. Jared Goff is a plus 600. Jalen Hurts is fourth with plus 1,200. Patrick Mahomes is plus 1,300. And Kyler Murray is plus 1,500. In the regular season, Josh Allen has passed for 2,543 yards, which is seventh, 18 touchdowns, which is sixth, 5 interceptions. He's tied for fifth. He's tied for 57th, which is a good thing. And his QBR of 72.6 puts him in fourth. Lamar, he's second in passing yards, 2,876. He's second in touchdowns, 25. He's tied for 47 with 3 interceptions. He's number 2 in QBR with 75.1.
Hey, you know what's funny? Everything, the way you just ran it down.
Yes, sir.
With Goff and Josh Allen obviously being the back and forth, it's going to change. Because with Lamar's not going to play another bad game like he did against the Steelers. He's going to come out and he's going to be the front runner again, and then go out and he's going to put on an unbelievable performance. I'm not sure what their schedule is or who they're playing next, but the other teams aren't used to them. It's not a divisional game. It's not going to be a divisional game. They're not going to have the structured defense to be able to contain him the way the Steelers do. The Steelers are built to be able to stop a player like himself because they're used to seeing him and understanding that team's tendencies offensively. So he's going to come out. He's going to have one hell of a day, do some crazy stuff on the ground, do some crazy stuff in the air, and he's going to be back at the number one spot to win the MVP. I guarantee you. Guarantee.
Yeah, I mean, look. I mean, he has another game against the Steelers. Steelers have given them problems. What's Lamar? He has some pretty tough games, though.
1-4.
Yeah. He has another game, but this game is at home against the Steelers. What do they have? They got the Steelers. I think they got another game against Cleveland.
Yeah.
At Chargers this week.
Mm-hmm.
He's at the Chargers this week. Eagles at home. At Giants. Home versus the Steelers. At Texans. Home versus the Browns. So it ain't like he got some cupcakes on the schedule now.
Again, every team you just named don't have the personnel like the Steelers do to be able to stop what he's able to do and what he does well.
What about the personnel going up against his defense? What about the Eagles offense against that defense? What about the Texans offense against that defense?
Hey, hey, can I tell you something?
See?
I don't know the people. You do know your Ravens team is dead last in the secondary when it comes against the pass. They 32nd.
I've been trying. Ocho, but see, when I tell people that, they say, "Well, you trying to." No, if you just see that when people tell me, "Oh, now you could tell Shannon didn't watch the game," you watching it, but you don't know what the hell you're looking for.
Right.
You're like a blind dog in a meat house. You can't tell me fronts. You can't tell me coverages. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me formations. Right. You can't tell me anything. All you watching for is touchdowns and sacks. I'm watching to understand why they had success. So while you tell me I'm not watching it, you watching it, but you don't know what the hell you're looking at. Yeah. It's like you watching a foreign film and they got unless they give you subtitles, you don't know what the hell you looking at. I've been telling them, but they gave me an excuse. Wait till this guy comes back. Wait till that guy comes back. Well, I saw you guys in there when you had those guys, and your defense was still bad in pass defense.
Much better stopping the run. That second level.
At some point in time, fans gonna have to understand everybody is not a hater. Sometimes people are just trying to give you information. Our job is sometimes to be entertaining, is to be informative, to be educational. Okay, yes. I say a lot of things in a joking manner, but I'm actually giving you factual information if you just listen to it. But you don't want to because you want to paint this narrative that, oh, Shannon is a hater. But listen to what Shannon said. When it comes back, what I tell you? Then you talk about, I could have Captain Obvious. Well, you didn't say it.
Right.
But people don't want to get no credit. Boy, people don't want to get no credit. Ooh, because if I didn't say it, why didn't you say that before? I said it. Well, I knew that. No, you didn't. Because I take you to the board and say, draw me a cover 6. Draw me cover 7. Give me fire zone. Okay, give me this formation. Give me this protection. I want you to redirect. What you mean by that? No, you know if you're watching the games, you should know.
I don't think the casual fan can't do that.
Hell no, they can't. But they just want to jump on your timeline and try to. Well, he ain't watching the game. I am watching the game. I also know that when you throw the ball more than you run it as a Raven, you lose. I mean, that's what I do.
Stats are right there.
I'm the one that said, put Derrick Henry in the eye. Ain't nobody else say that.
Yeah.
I said it from the jump, Ocho. I said he's not his own read back because he's a long strider and he needs time to be able to redirect. When you put him that close to the line, he's such a long strider, he can't redirect his feet. Barry Sanders, a short strider, can do it. He's perfect. That's perfect for him. But Derrick Henry needs to be able to change direction. He needs to be able to check his feet and cut back, get back downhill. That's why you put his heels at 8, you toss it to him, you hand it to him, and boom. Now, whoever drew up that damn play, that they tossed that ball to Derrick Henry, and they let T.J. Watt come in there and blow his ass up, they should have put him back there running back and let the same thing happen. Don't block T.J. Watt and let T.J. Watt knock his ass in the dirt.
The right tackle should have known better. I'm not sure what the blocking assignment was, but why would you let T.J. Watt run scot-free with the pitch, even though the pitch is going the opposite way still? Every time. He's going to get there every time.
Yes. I'm like, who thought that was a good idea? Hey, we're going to run this toss play week. but we gonna unblock TJ Watt. Okay, and you see what happened? Damn, they got Derrick, and I'm like, that's why I stopped playing running back because I got tired of my bad, Sharp. Well, it ain't your bad. I'm way down the damn field. I ain't got to worry about my bad. I ain't got to worry about my bad, Ocho. I got tired of you. Man, my bad. That's me. That's on me, bro.
Right.
Dude done got me looking at my ear hole, but you talk about your bad.
Hey,
What that do?
Hey,
speaking
of that, think about how bad it is for quarterbacks when the O-line is playing bad, when they can't block and the quarterback continues to get sacked over and over and over, and you can't fuss at them. Then you have to keep your mannerisms and your facial expressions has to be on point.
You do.
No matter how many times you get hit in the game. Imagine.
Ocho, let me ask you a question.
Right.
When the Cowboys fell behind by 10, 13 points, with no threat of the running game, what you think the Texans thinking?
Yeah.
They ain't playing for no draw. They're not playing for no run.
Absolutely.
They pinning their ears back.
Absolutely.
Everybody in the stadium know you're not going to run it. And now you made it I don't care who your offensive linemen are. You let them jokers know that every single down, you going to throw it.
Yeah. Make no sense.
Jamar Chase is angry with the team's inability to close that game. Ask how do you fix it? He said, ask Zach. Ask the coaches. Don't ask me. I just play football. I don't call plays.
Whoa. Who said that?
Chase.
Oh,
the situation where they ended up getting the first down.
Right.
But Joe missed Jamar for a touchdown. Guys pressed, he inside release, and the guys collided.
Yeah.
And he went straight up the field. And when he threw it, he was jumping up and down. Joe didn't see it. I tweeted it. I saw it. They didn't replay it, but I saw it.
Yeah. Sometimes, your quarterback won't always see everything. He won't know what's going to happen. And the fact that the guys collided, that means the ball really won't come to you anyway because you wasn't the read.
And hold on that touchdown, Ocho, it just slipped my mind. Ocho,
which one?
On the long touchdown to T. Higgins,
yes,
they got him bracketed. Why, if the safety is inside, why is the corner trying to jump the sluggo? Stay on the upfield shoulder.
He's trying to get that pick, huh? He's trying to get that pick.
Just stay in there.
He's trying to get that pick, huh?
Somebody said they replayed it. I didn't see it. But I tweeted immediately, and I was like, bro, y'all got to play off. You can't be that close when you like that because what's gonna happen when he pushes up the field and one guy goes and y'all gonna collide. And sure enough, but that's just frustration. He knows they're running out of games. And there are no 2-win games on the schedule. Which means I mean when people say 2-win game, a game in which you win and you get 2 victories for it. There aren't any of those on the schedule. So he knows this was a game. This could have started something really, 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 really good. Now look, and the thing is, Ocho, you don't want to go into the bye with a loss. Damn, that hurt, Ocho. Hey, that ruined your whole bye. I don't care what anybody says. They lying if they say it don't. It does.
It's going to sting. It's going to sting. And then, you know what it does too also, it put that much pressure on you. It put that much more pressure on you on the game coming up. Who we got? The Steelers, right?
Yeah, but y'all got a bye week this week. And T. Higgins. T. Higgins was frustrated with the Bengals, said we can't finish the effing game.
Yeah, them boys hot, boy. Them boys hot. But what we need to do, it ain't even about finishing the game. We need to start that mother.
But it's we didn't start where we had the opportunity to finish it. And we missed 2 field goals. Ocho, you missed back-to-back field goals now. And the same way you hooked and left. Damn, bro. You didn't make no adjustment.
Hey, listen, one of the most difficult positions on the field is kicker. It is kicker. One slight adjustment, one slight mistake, a swing of the leg, you not keeping your head down at the ball, allowing your foot to sway a little further left than it should, it changes the trajectory of the ball. So as a kicker myself, I understand the difficulties that comes when it comes to kicking the ball. So McPherson, all you got to do, you go back to your basics. Same thing with Justin Tucker. You go back to your basics. Go back to your basic fundamentals when it comes to kicking the ball and start all the way over. Start all the way over and beat yourself
Mike
back
Brown
up.
gonna kick himself in the because boy Chase about to hit them over the head.
Oh yeah, big time.
No, they don't really.
Big
No,
time.
Ocho.
Big
And the
time.
thing is, he ain't even got no mask. Y'all know it's him. So when you hear something fit you in the back of the head, just tell the cops Jamar Chase just robbed. The Chiefs escaped Carolina with a last-second win. Tight end Noah Gray, 2 touchdowns, which is the most yards of separation the Chiefs receiving a touchdown in the past 2 seasons. He was wide open, needless to say. After weeks of carrying the offense, Steve Spagnuolo's crew hit a November low. For consecutive week, KC defense allowed 325-plus yards. We know it's going to happen,
Right.
Ocho. Look, I've been a part of a historic defense, but there are games that if we didn't play our absolute best offensively, we would have lost. That's what Kansas City had to do today. They turnovers. It probably would have cost. They probably would have lost the game. Mahomes was 27-37, 269, 3 touchdowns. Got sacked 5 times though. Noah Gray, 4 catches, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns. Travis Kelce, like, man, y'all over here doubling and tripling me, and he eating every week. He get a touch. He had 2 last. He had 2 today. He had 1 last. I think he had like 2 last week. He got about 5 or 6 touchdowns.
Hey, that's the Kelce effect. We're not letting you beat me.
I'm not. But the offensive line, man, it seems like, I don't know, maybe it's my television, but it seems like every time Mahomes drop back, he running for his life.
He is. Listen,
that left tackle,
no disrespect, but the tackle play is very bad, huh? The tackle play is very bad.
I tell you what, if the 49ers let Dub go, treat T-Dub, Kansas City better back the Brinks truck up.
You know they're gonna back it up. Even at his age, he's still one of the best. He might be the best left tackle.
He premier. He's still that boy.
Yeah.
He's still him. I mean, because they tried to get him in free agency in Kansas City. You know, he's familiar. You know, he's familiar with Kyle. He played for Mike, so he's familiar with that situation. But I think Ocho, with an opportunity, he wants an opportunity. He wants to win. He wants to win that Super Bowl. And Kansas City, as long as you got that quarterback and you got that head coach, I think they're better positioned than the 49ers. That's just me personally. I could be wrong. But can you imagine him at left tackle protecting that blind side? The Jets could reportedly release Aaron Rodgers in season. Rodgers wants to play in 2025, but not with the Jets.
Time out, man. Time out. Hold on. Let me get my flag. Let me get my flag. There's a flag on the plate. Let me get the flag. All right, I got my flag. I know it's white, but we're gonna pretend it's yellow. I just threw the flag.
Okay.
I just threw the flag.
You giving up?
Hold on.
Okay.
Where is he going?
What's the call on the play?
Funny? You know what's funny? When it comes to a quarterback like this, with a resume like this, even though the NFL is all about what have you done for me lately, when Aaron Rodgers said, you know what? As desperate as teams are to have a quarterback, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets an opportunity after what he just said. If they do release him, if the Jets do release him and start over as far as searching for a quarterback, Aaron Rodgers will get a job simply because of what he's done in the past. They're going to hold on to that. They're going to hold on to for how many time MVP? 4? If I'm not mistaken, 4? Shit.
4.
He's won a Super Bowl? Man, he's going to get another chance.
Super Bowl. Diana Rossini.
Right.
When she talks about the Jets, let's listen to what she has to say. I'm told Johnson has lost confidence in Rodgers' ability to lead the team to the playoffs for the first time in 14 years, a drought that now stands as the longest in major North American professional sports league. There are some on the team who believe everyone is simply tiptoeing around the fact Rodgers isn't the same player anymore. Some around the league say they won't be surprised if Rodgers is cut in the season. As far as Rodgers, his relationship with the owner has been strained for months. That's not a secret in the building or the locker room. At this point, after conversation with sources with the team and around the league, my understanding is Rodgers still wants to play in 2025.
I like it.
Just not with the Jets.
I like it, but I don't like it. I like it, but I don't like it because I want to break down. I want to break down the other 31 teams. There are many teams that don't even need a quarterback. What teams can Aaron Rodgers go to when you can make a difference when you couldn't make a difference when you're in New York? They gave you the players you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
They gave you everything.
And they gave you everything you wanted. You got
Lazard. You got Breece Hall. I mean, come on now. What we doing?
Remember, Ocho, last year they got a Randall Cobb for it.
And then, if he is to go to a team, it has to be a team where he doesn't have to do much because his supporting cast can hold him up. He can't go to a team that has less talent and make them better.
He needs somebody to uplift him. For the longest time, he could uplift his teammates.
Yeah, time to change.
He can no longer do that.
Change. So, but there's nowhere for him to go, huh? There's nowhere for him to go. Like if you think about it, it's nowhere for him to go.
Hey.
Where are you going?
Tell me so we both know.
Man. I think Aaron, what? But you better focus and lock in. You better focus and lock in because you're gonna be on the outside looking in a minute.
Bro, football stopped being important to Aaron Rodgers. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. Aaron Rodgers football was football gave him an ability to have the cachet to talk about all the other stuff that he cared to talk about. Y'all know this. Y'all see it. Y'all see the man's demeanor. Y'all see his behavior. Y'all saw the way he conducted himself. Football stopped being important to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he's one of the few. Aaron Rodgers has what most don't, what mostly all quarterbacks do. He has privilege. And he's one of the few. Not only does he have that privilege, he abuses that privilege and the power that he has because of what he's done in the NFL. He's one of the few that does it.
Yeah.
Nobody else will be able to get away with some of the things. Can you imagine you? No, forget you, because you follow the rules. Let's say me, who bent the rules and always told the line.
No.
And never crossed it. Can you imagine if I say, you know what? I'm not going to minicamp. I'm going on a retreat because I already had something planned.
What?
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I can imagine. They'd have find you or cut you. What the hell are you talking about? That's what happened.
Hey.
All I know is that Antonio Brown didn't go to a team meeting and they cut him. They had a meeting and they had a walkthrough in the ballroom. He didn't show up and they cut him.
They don't play. Certain people are extended.
But see, y'all get upset with me when I tell the truth. See, my thing is I don't know why anybody would question, because y'all see I call it right down the middle. It doesn't matter if you're Aaron Rodgers, you're Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Lamar Jackson, or Patrick Mahomes. If I see it, I'm just gonna be honest. I've been telling you guys for the longest, Aaron Rodgers is an arrogant, condescending, flippant. He blames everyone. He takes no responsibility for himself. He's been that. He's always been that. But that he won MVPs, so everybody overlooked it. Now he can no longer be an MVP. Everybody said what I've been saying for years.
Yeah, but you know when you had that kind of resume like Aaron Rodgers, when you had that kind of success for so long, when you're a franchise quarterback like that, when you're a Super Bowl champion, you're extended a different type of grace, especially at the quarterback.
Yes, position. For sure.
Especially there.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
But Ocho, one of the things, I would say, boy, if you're not careful, you'll become the very thing you despise the most in a person. He despised the way Brett Favre treated him. Did he not turn around and become the very thing he despised the most?
Yeah.
He would. Lord have mercy. See, y'all don't want to listen to me. Talk like he. But see, Unc know what he's talking about. See, y'all say Unc talk a lot. Y'all don't really be saying I don't know what I'm talking about, because when it come to fruition, the first thing you say, Captain Obvious. Well, why didn't you say it? If it was so obvious, you could have said it.
Yeah.
Look how he got out of there. He didn't want to come to mini camps. He wanted everything to be his way. Isn't that what Brett Favre? Isn't that why they got Brett Favre out of there? Now, where did Brett Favre go when he left Green Bay? Tell the people at home, Ocho. The New York Jets. Ocho, tell the people how long did Brett Favre stay in New York?
And hold on. Where'd he go next? So are we saying that Aaron Rodgers is probably going to beat him in Minnesota? I don't know how. And they got JJ McCarthy.
No,
coming
McCarthy.
Back
they got JJ McCarthy. Yeah. No. And he's already missed a year. You're not going to sit him back another year. No. And I'm drafting a quarterback. I'm not. What is Aaron Rodgers going to do? At most, he plays a year. And you think I'm going to pass on a quarterback for a year? Are we sure he can elevate my team? The Jets thought he could. How'd that work out for them? They gave up draft capital, and they're worse off than they were when they had Zach Wilson, when they had Sam Darnold, when they have whomever else they had at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, you're not getting a Tom Brady ending. You're not getting a Peyton Manning ending.
What if he changed his mindset? What if he changed his approach to the game? Or it's too late? It's too late?
Can't. Ocho, how you do something for 20 years and you won MVPs and you won a Super Bowl, you change your mindset. Tom Brady couldn't change his mindset if he could because he still had that underdog mentality. All he saw himself, as accomplished as he was a sixth-round draft pick that nobody wanted until the sixth round. That's all he ever saw himself. He always felt, I got to go in and prove that I got to make the team. Even though after one Super Bowl, two Super Bowl, three Super Bowl, MVP, Super Bowl, I've got to prove it. Peyton Manning every year, prove it. It's always been about him.
Damn.
He's always been condescending. He's always been flippant. He's always been arrogant. He's always been aloof. You overlooked it because he was winning MVPs. Now, he's the same player. You don't change when you lose. You don't change. See, losing doesn't change who you are. It reveals who you are. That's what losing does. It reveals it don't build character. It reveals it.
Just like anger. Just like anger and just like someone that drinks. You finally get to see someone's true colors when they're angry. They tell you how they really feel.
Yes. And people are like, oh, he got money, he changed. No, money doesn't change you. It makes you more of what you already are. You don't get money and become generous. You don't. That's always in you. You don't get money and become a jerk. You've always been a jerk, but you were a minor jerk because you didn't have the power and the money to be a asshole. So that's what money will allow you to do. People that have money and that are nice and respectful, they've always been that way. I guarantee you go look at anybody and they'll tell you, I don't need to call no name, but when they got money, they say, well, they've been that way. But if we're on the same level, how can I be a real jerk when we're on the same level? Yeah. But let me get a little advantage over you.
Hey, listen, money does some strange things to people. It does some strange things. It's hard to remain yourself. You know, you get it. But if you are able to control it and don't allow it to control you, it's a beautiful thing.
Daniel Jones, damn.
What?
That escalated quickly, Ocho. Daniel Jones has officially been waived by the Giants. Saquon Barkley rooting for a fresh start for Jones. Jones wants to go to a team, to a playoff team. Huh?
Well, say that again. Wait, read that for me again. Read that for me again real slow. Read it for me again one more time.
But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna press rewind, and then I'm gonna hit play. Daniel Jones wants to go to a play. Daniel Jones wants to go to a playoff team.
Hold on. Wait. Let me get this straight. So Daniel Jones wants to go to a playoff team. He wants to go to a playoff team where they already have a quarterback in place. But I'm assuming he wants to go to a playoff team so he knows what it feels like to win. and maybe be the backup.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's what he mean by saying it. I don't think he means to actually start or contend or compete to be the starting quarterback for a team that always has a starting quarterback. Right?
According to Adam Schefter, Jones is expected to have multiple options, but likely will prefer to finish this season on a playoff contending team where he would be involved in big games rather than going to a Mandarin quarterback needy team, not remotely in playoff contention. But if you go into a team, you're not. I mean,
I think
you just
that
want
has
to see
to be what he means. Huh? That has to be meaning.
But he's already been to the
Think
playoffs.
about this real quick. I don't mean to break it down. I'm not sure how good you are with being able to name all the quarterbacks in the league, but think about all the teams that are playoff or in playoff contention or even in the hunt. Even in the hunt, huh? I mean, how many teams actually need a quarterback? And the one that
none that's in the playoff hunt.
That's the whole point. So I think he just wants experience of knowing what it feels like to win and to be competing in the playoffs or being in contention in general. That has to be what he means.
Go to the Cowboys. But here's my thing, Ocho. When I look at it, maybe he needs to go somewhere with a different culture. Because sometimes it is culture. You get caught up, Ocho. The way they coach and the way they do things, and maybe that's not conducive for you. You get into a new situation. They practice different. They meet different. The coaches coach you different. They talk to you different. I don't know. Look. It didn't. When I heard it, I didn't. I'm like, oh, you want to go to him? I can see, Ocho. You're a wide receiver. You're a running back. You're a defensive player. Okay, I get that because there's an opportunity, but there's only one. Because all the other positions, you can have multiple positions at the same time on the field. But when you're a quarterback, you can only have one. So, and I'm looking at, I'm like, well, so going to a team that's in playoff consideration or contention, what are you going to do?
Oh my goodness. I mean, it has to make sense. The only thing that makes sense is based on what he's saying. He wants to be somewhere where maybe he's not going to be the starter. We know he's not going to be a starter, but I want to be somewhere where I can be on a team, where I can be a backup. If need be, I can help, but I would like to know what it feels like to be contending or be challenging for a playoff spot with that team. That got to be it, obviously.
Yeah. So you want to rewind that thing and press play again?
That was a good one, though. That was a good one. That was a real good one.
The Jets are a certified disaster, and they got messier today. The day began with the team firing general manager Joe Douglas, which was not exactly a surprise. Douglas was 30-64 during the Jets' tenure and never sniffed the playoffs. The juicy of all was Woody Johnson wanted to bench Aaron Rodgers just 4 weeks into the season in favor of Tyrod Taylor. The coaches present in the meeting were stunned, according to our report. And rightfully so. Johnson backed off, but fired Robert Saleh a week later. Fired Robert Saleh, demoted Nathaniel Hackett. Now, I asked you who was next. See, Green Bay got smart. Green Bay said, hell, y'all, you ain't finna get me up out of here. Matt LaFleur and Brian Gutekunst and Mark Murphy.
Woody Johnson wanted to bench Aaron Rodgers in week 4 for Tyrod Taylor, right? So the elephant in the room, who always been the problem. So you're doing all this firing where you're not putting the right person in the place that needs to be. Well, how you gonna bench? I ain't never seen nobody bench a quarterback that make that kind of money either. He would have,
Go to Woody Johnson, he would have.
So now Joe Douglas gone. So,
but Woody, you do realize they use your jet to go find and see Aaron Rodgers. You do realize you signed off on all this. So where's your culpability in any of this?
But also, they're expecting to get the Aaron Rodgers of old. They're expecting to get the Aaron Rodgers.
They got an old Aaron Rodgers. Bro, everybody ain't going to be. So you thought they was going to turn right around after Tom Brady did what he did. You thought so soon right after that, another guy was going to do that? What allowed Brady to play as long as he did and as well as he had no major injury after he suffered that ACL injury? That was in 2008. So up until that, he had no injuries. He had no hamstring. He had no injuries that really caused him to miss time. Aaron Rodgers was coming off one of the most serious injury a player in the sports can suffer.
Right.
The Achilles injury. Plus, he's 40.
I don't think he takes the game as serious as Tom as well. Yeah, he doesn't take the game as serious.
Of course not.
Two different.
He never has.
two totally different type of quarterbacks, especially when it comes to their approach to the game and the serious, in the seriousness of it and the way they take it. So I could understand if you're coming off an injury like that and you already don't take it serious, you do what you need to do to get back. It's in good graces and health to play, but your approach is still wrong because everything you do talk about when you are on TV, it has nothing to do with the game of football.
Nothing. Oh, you finally
I
realized
said it
that,
before.
huh?
I just don't understand. Every time he speaks, it never has anything to do with damn football. There's always some shit I got to look up in the goddamn dictionary on the goddamn computer.
He talking about going into the dark, and he's talking about these trips, and he's talking about this and talking about that. Nothing about building team camaraderie, building team chemistry. And when he could have been doing that, he was in Egypt talking about a trip. Everybody know when that mandatory minicamp, you don't plan nothing around that, Ocho, because that's the one that you got to be at. Oh, everybody that understands what the word mandatory means has to be there. But what he failed to realize, what he did in Green Bay ain't got nothing to do. They want to see what you're going to do for the Jets. You heard Tom. I said it when I went to Baltimore. Them Pro Bowls, those All Pros, those Super Bowls, that ain't got. I've done nothing in Baltimore. I've got to come in, work my ass off to let them see how I became the player I became while I was there. Peyton said it. Tom so eloquently laid it out. He's like, what I accomplished in New England got to do with Tampa? Tom getting his teammates, hey, let's go to the park. It's in COVID. We ain't supposed to be in the park. We're going to make them throw our ass out.
That shit was funny.
Peyton getting his guys together. He grabbed up Julius and Decker and Julius Thomas and Noshawn. Hey, let's go throw, guys. I think Stokely was there at the time. Or Welker. Let's go. Hey, let's go throw. Let's build up some chemistry. Let's build up a bond. Let's get to know. Let me tell you where I want to throw the foot. You tell me where you want the ball, and let me tell you what I'm looking for on this route. Nah, let me go here to Egypt. I've already got this trip planned. Hey, so it is what it is. And he wanted. If I'm the Jets, I need somebody to explain to me why would I want Aaron Rodgers
next
back?
year.
Yes.
Oof. If Aaron Rodgers is not done, if he's not done, he signed 2 years, didn't he? Oh, he has another year.
I think he has another year left on that contract.
Okay.
I'm sure he does.
Right.
But for what? Why do I want? Tell me why do I want him, Ocho? What am I getting?
Yeah.
A 41-year-old that's a year older than what he is now? So what? He's gonna gain speed? He's gonna get faster?
You know what? A better question is if you don't want him next year, what's your next option? What's your next viable option where you can compete and you can contend?
Can I compete with Aaron Rodgers? You telling me what I can't do without him? What can I do with him? They're 3-8. So tell me what can I do with him? Because I can be 3-8 without him and save $50 million. Hell, you in last place in the division. Hell, if you finish last place in the division with him, I can't finish in last place in the division without him.
But hey, you understand and you know how difficult that position is, how difficult it is to find a quarterback for that position. You know that. It takes a while. It takes years.
Yes. Have they found one? They got one in the position.
Have
they found a quarterback for that position?
Think about that. That's even better question.
He's been there 2 years. We're gonna disregard that.
No.
Do they got a quarterback now?
They thought they had.
Take Rodgers off the back. Take Rodgers off the back of the jersey.
No.
You bringing that guy back next year?
Mm-mm. And if he does get the grace to come back next year, it's because of what he's done in the past. If he does get the grace to come back next year, it's based off what he's done in the past. He's gonna get some grace.
Absolutely.